Hello, welcome to Lab 2. So we make a new sheet. Apart from Lab 1, we have a sheet called Lab 2, and I have populated the column names to make it easier for me to teach. But let me quickly go through the same things we did last time. We will create random marks, random between. This time I'll go from 10 to 90, and like last time I'll pull it down and I'll pull it across till marks 4. And as I told you, each time I change this, it keeps changing, which I don't want. So due to which I will copy it, Control C, and I'll paste, right click and paste values. And when I click this, the formula is gone and we simply have the marks. Now let us try some different functions and methods which I want to share with you. Now if I want to sum up all the marks of the student, the 4 marks, I could do is equal to followed by clicking on one cell, then pressing plus, then clicking on the next cell, then pressing plus, then clicking on the next cell, then pressing plus, then clicking on this cell and then pressing tab. So this is the sum of the 4 numbers, and I could pull this formula down and I got the sum of 4 marks for each student. Now there's another way of doing the sum. So I'll show the other method. It's to do is equal to, and we use a function. Now what is a function? Function is a name followed by a bracket followed by some arguments. In this case it says number 1, comma number 2, comma this. Now what I can do is I can select all the 4 marks in one single go like this. You click it and then pull it across, and then you close the bracket and press tab. It is the same answer, obviously, the sum of the 4 numbers. But now we have used a function sum, as can be seen in the formula bar. It is a sum which we can see here. Can you see? The sum formula is applied. Now if I want to find average, you could search for help in how do you do Excel, but if you start typing the letters, it shows the example. Average function is there, and I could find the average mark between these 4 marks, and I could pull it down and I've got the average mark. How do you get the max mark? Max selected. Which is the maximum mark? The maximum mark for the first student is 68. So when I do this and tab, I should get 68. And you can cross check that this is the maximum mark. How do you get the minimum mark? Is equal to min. So I'm showing it at a fast speed. You will get a hang of it as time goes by. But the concept is very simple. One equal to sign, name of the function, open the brackets and give the arguments. Arguments are normally separated by comma. Okay. This has only one argument. It's the full address range A2 to D2. And when I press tab, it gives me the lowest mark in each case. The next, if you have used statistical functions, we could do standard deviation. There are many kinds of standard deviation. You can search the help. What's the difference between the standard deviation? I want to know how much deviation is there in these marks. Now we applied these functions on the row. If you notice, for one student, the 4 marks, we applied average, max, min, standard deviation. We could have applied it for the class, like what is the standard deviation of the marks for all the students, like this. So it's a columnar thing, and we could have put the formula here. I could have calculated the standard deviation of the students' marks across for the first test. And I could have pulled the standard deviation formula like this also. So I could have applied it on the column, or I could have applied it on the row. So it depends on how you want to do it, how your data is, and how you want to manipulate it. Another thing, one last thing we want to do is, I want to see, is there a correlation? Is there a correlation between students' first mark and the second mark? Like first and second marks, is there a correlation between the two? Like in this marks, if somebody does well, does he do well in the second test also? If he has done well in this test, will he do well in this test also? Is there a connection? And normally in a class it will be, we have used random functions due to which it won't work. The correlation will not be very high. But if it was normal class, you will find students who do well in one test tend to do well in another test also. Not all of them, but most of them. So how do I do it? I select the first column, then the second column, A2 to A11, comma B2 to B11, and I can see the correlation is 0.5, which is not a very high correlation. If you really want to see a high correlation of 1, all we need to do is we could put a relationship between this and this mark. Suppose I say this is equal to this mark plus 5. So 68 plus 5, 73. And if I pull this formula down, you will notice 31 has become 36, 56 plus 5, 61. Each time I'm added 5. You can notice the correlation has become 1 because we have actually fully correlated. Every mark here is related to the mark here. Yes. Now even if I had multiplied by 10 is equal to this into 10, not plus 5 but into 10. Again there's a relationship between first mark and the second mark, and due to which we can see that the correlation is still 1. Okay, so if it's purely random as it was before, random between 10 to 90, we will see that the correlation is not very high. The correlation is close to minus 0.01, which is very low correlation because it's random numbers. So with that, we come to the end of lab 2. I request you to do all these steps. What all did we do? We applied sum using a formula like this. We applied sum using a function, sum. Average was done using the average function. Max, there was a function called max. Now if you didn't know the name of the function and you're thinking it's maybe maximum, but it is the same thing. You could Google it, you could search for the help. There are many ways of knowing the function name. The function names are given in this formulas bar here, and I could have gone here and searched for a function. What all mathematical functions are there, I could have come and searched here. Logical functions are given, financial functions are given, date and time functions are given. So we could have done it in many ways. Because I'm aware what is the function, I was able to type it straight away. Standard deviation, then we did standard deviation on the column, and last thing we did correlation. I expect you to try out the different combinations of getting 1. How do you get a value close to 0? Okay, so thank you students. With that we come to the end of lab 2. Thank you.